Clara and Thomas lived in a small house. It was painted a soft blue and, it overlooked the vast, whispering ocean. Their home was in a quiet seaside town, a place where time seemed to slow. For nearly 40 years they had shared this life. Their love was not a loud declaration. It was a gentle sea breeze, constant and true. It had weathered many storms and basked in many sunrises. They knew each other's hearts completely. This bond was their anchor in the ever-changing world around them. Clara was once a school teacher. Her laughter still echoed with the kindness she showed her students. She had a warmth that drew people in. Even now, years into her retirement, she baked cookies. The sweet scent often drifted from their kitchen, a comforting aroma for Thomas and their few neighbors. She found joy in simple things: a good book, a blooming rose, the sound of the waves. Her hands, though older, were still nimble, always busy with love. Thomas had been a carpenter. His hands were strong and skilled, having built and mended many things over the years. He was a man of few words, but his actions spoke volumes. He still helped his neighbors. A loose fence post here, a sticky door there. He never asked for anything in return. His workshop, though quieter now, still held the scent of sawdust and memories. He found peace in the rhythm of the tides and in the steady presence of Clara beside him. Their life together was a tapestry woven with threads of shared moments, some bright, some faded, but all precious. They did not need grand adventures. Their adventure was in the everyday, in the quiet companionship, in the unspoken understanding that flowed between them. Their love story was written in the lines on their faces. It was heard in the comfortable silences they shared. It was a testament to a love that had deepened with each passing year, a love as constant as the tides. Their mornings began with a gentle ritual. Thomas always woke first, just as the sun was thinking about painting the sky. He moved quietly through the house, not wanting to disturb Clara's rest. His first task was always the tea. He knew just how she liked it, a splash of milk, no sugar. He would carry the steaming mugs to the porch where the old wooden chairs waited for them. This was their special time, a time for quiet reflection before the day truly began. Clara would join him soon after, her smile soft, still touched by sleep. She would take the warm mug from his hands, their fingers brushing, a small familiar comfort. They didn't always talk much. Sometimes they just sat listening to the gulls calling overhead, watching the fishing boats head out to sea. The waves provided a soothing soundtrack. The shared silence was filled with understanding, a language only they knew, built over decades of mornings just like this one. Evenings held another cherished routine. After a simple dinner, they would walk. The beach was their destination. As the sun began to dip low, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, they would stroll. Thomas would often reach for Clara's hand, her fingers fitting perfectly in his. They walked along the water's edge, the cool sand feeling good beneath their feet. Sometimes they talked about their day, sometimes they reminisced about days long past. Their steps were unhurried, matching the rhythm of the retreating tide. These daily rituals were the anchors of their life. They were not exciting in a worldly sense, but they were deeply meaningful. They were the threads that held their days together. The morning tea was a promise of a new day shared. The evening walk was a gentle closing. These moments were not taken for granted. Each one was a quiet celebration, a celebration of their enduring love. A love that found its strength in these simple, repeated acts of togetherness. It was in these quiet moments that their hearts spoke most clearly. Thomas often brought Clara flowers, not the expensive kind from a florist's shop. He would pick them himself. Sometimes they were wild flowers from the edge of their small garden, sometimes resilient blooms he found nestled in the dunes during his walks. He would present them to her with a shy smile, a small, colourful offering. Clara would always place them in a little vase on the kitchen windowsill. They were a bright spot in her day, a reminder of his quiet, constant affection for her. Clara, in turn, showed her love in her own gentle ways. She always made sure Thomas had his favorite cookies, oatmeal raisin baked with a touch of extra cinnamon. The jar was never empty for long. When he came in from the garden or his workshop, a warm cookie and a glass of milk often waited. She knew his preferences by heart. She made sure his favorite worn sweater was always clean and mended, folding it carefully and placing it where he could easily find it. These were her love notes to him. He would notice the little things she did and respond in kind. If the porch swing developed a squeak, he would fix it before she even mentioned it. If a storm was forecast, he made sure the shutters were secure. He knew she worried about the wind. He would sometimes leave a perfectly ripe apple from their tree on her bedside table, a silent gesture of care. She would find his reading glasses, always misplaced, and leave them by his favorite chair. These were the unspoken dialogues of their hearts. These small acts were the bedrock of their relationship. They were not for show. There were no grand pronouncements, no public displays for others to see. Their love was a private, sacred thing. It was expressed in the countless, almost invisible kindnesses they showed each other daily. It was in the way he looked at her when she wasn't watching. It was in the way her hand instinctively found his. These were the true expressions of a love that had stood the test of time, a love built on thoughtfulness. Clara often remembered their early days. She recalled a dance long ago at a summer fair in their little town. Thomas was young then, a bit shy. He had asked her to dance. The music was lively, but in his arms she felt a sense of calm, a sense of coming home. He wasn't a graceful dancer, but he held her carefully as if she were precious. That feeling had never left her. It was a warmth that still spread through her heart whenever she thought of it. Thomas, too, held memories dear. He remembered the day they decided to buy the little blue house by the sea. It was a bit run down then, but Clara had seen its potential. She had sketched out her dreams for it, her eyes sparkling with excitement. He had worked tirelessly to make it their home. Her belief in him, in them, had been his greatest motivation. That shared dream, built with their own hands, was a foundation for their life together. Their love was built on such shared visions. These memories were not just echoes of the past, they were living parts of their present. They resonated in the way Thomas still looked at Clara with that same gentle admiration. They were present in the comfort Clara found in Thomas's steady presence. Their early connection had deepened. It had matured like fine wine, becoming richer, more complex. But the essence of it remained unchanged. It was a love rooted in mutual respect and unwavering devotion, a love that asked for nothing more than to simply be. And so their love story continued, not in grand chapters, but in quiet daily verses. It was a testament to the profound truth that real love is not always found in dramatic gestures. It is not measured by public declarations or material wealth. True, enduring love resides in the little things, in the consistent, gentle care, in the shared silences and easy laughter, in the morning teas and evening walks. Clara and Thomas knew this well. Their lives were a beautiful, timeless poem of quiet devotion, a love that would last forever.